There's probably someone in your life who makes good money and you'd never know it. No brands visible from across the room, no car payment quietly eating their savings, no posts from somewhere expensive with a caption that's technically humble, but isn't. They just live. And your first instinct when you picture that person probably isn't, they must be killing it. It's more like, are they okay? Are they doing all right? That instinct reveals nothing about them. It's about how thoroughly we've been trained to read spending as evidence of success. So when the spending isn't there, we read it as absence, as lack. We've confused the signal for the thing itself. Someone gets a significant raise. Real money, finally. And within 6 months, almost none of it is changing their financial position because the raise triggered a whole new category of spending that didn't exist before. Nicer apartment, different restaurants, a car that made sense now. This isn't weakness, it's almost mechanical. The lifestyle expands to absorb the income because the income was never really the point. The point was the feeling, and that feeling requires an audience. The problem is the audience never actually confirms anything. You get the car, people notice for a week, and then the baseline shifts, and you need the next thing to feel it again. It's not a ladder, it's a treadmill. There are two types of people who live quietly, and they look identical from the outside. The first has genuinely stepped off the treadmill. They know their numbers cold. Their identity isn't leveraged against your opinion of them. The second type is quiet for a completely different reason. Fear. Not of spending, of being seen trying. They're not building wealth because they're also not taking the risk of failing publicly. The absence looks the same. But internally, it's paralysis dressed as simplicity. The reason this distinction matters is that the advice is completely different. One person needs nothing from you. The other needs to do something genuinely hard, which is to try something, visibly, and survive being wrong about it in front of people. You're not comparing your whole life to someone else's whole life. You're comparing your internal experience, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the boring Tuesday, to the version of their life they chose to publish. It's a structurally unfair comparison. You will lose it every time, not because your life is worse, but because you're measuring different things. The people who have stopped doing this aren't more disciplined. They've just noticed the comparison wasn't giving them accurate information and stopped trusting it. Most people, if they trace it back honestly, are still trying to satisfy an image that was handed to them a long time ago. By a parent, by the town they grew up in, by some idea of success that made sense when they were young and hasn't been examined since. They got specific about what they actually wanted, not what read well, not what signaled the right things, and then they had to tolerate the discomfort of living toward that, while people around them made different choices. The quiet ones aren't waiting for recognition. They've just stopped mistaking it for the goal.